where we meet Gemini, Gemini sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. This is a 2-week reading for all you Geminis starting today, the 31st of January, 2024. We are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. Moderating today on YouTube are the lovely Diane and the lovely Delene. Moderating on Twitch is the lovely Jennifer. Thank you so much, moderators. And thank you, Gemini and friends of Gemini, for joining us today for this 2-week reading. We are reading today with the Tarot de la Roca. And I've already purified with this Vervain by L'Occitan. You can find the links to purchase these items right in the video description of this video on my YouTube channel. If you're watching on a restream on YouTube and you don't want to watch me shuffle, you can use the timestamps. I wouldn't want to watch me shuffle if that's the way I shuffle. You can use the timestamps right in the video description to fast forward to the reading. If you're watching us on YouTube, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. If you're watching on Twitch, please make sure you follow us on Twitch. You can watch on Twitch without ads when you subscribe to us there. Just FYI, if you have an Amazon Prime subscription, that I think comes with one free Twitch subscription. So if you feel like subscribing to us, you might already have one that you can use. This goes out to a lot of Gemini, so if for some reason it doesn't seem to apply to you personally, just disregard it. It may not be meant for you. In that case, check out the zodiacal readings for your other signs, or remember that we have a general reading for all signs every single day except for Monday, and we also have a weekly pick-a-card reading that comes out on every Sunday. You can find all the most recent restreams of our readings on the website, arielscorner.com, arielscorner.com. Just click on the free online tarot readings link right in the main menu to get to those restreams. We have a shop at arielscornershop.com, arielscornershop.com. We make a small commission off of all those affiliate links that are there. Another way to support us is by sending a donation. You can do that by going to paypal.me/arielgatoga, paypal.me/arielgatoga, or if you're on YouTube, you could use a super sticker, super chat, or super thanks if you feel like giving us a donation. We do appreciate your support, but Gemini, what we really support is you. We're so grateful that you're here for this 2-week reading. So without further ado, let's cut this deck and see what's in the cards for all you gorgeous Geminis. Starting out with a beautiful Hermit card, followed by a Knight of Wands, and then we have a 4 of Cups. What a nice day. Don't you love it? 4 of Cups, spiritual practice is what that's all about. So hopefully you have some sort of spiritual practice. If not, don't worry about it. Get one. It doesn't have to be anything major. It doesn't have to be anything difficult. Even a simple, just like a simple meditational practice every day, even for a couple minutes a day, is really being called for here. If you do some sort of regular practice, boy, it's saying that you can really increase the assistance, especially in your career that's coming to you or that's here. You might want to check out my Magic Minute technique if you're interested in learning how to do meditation. If you don't know how to meditate, you can search on YouTube Gatoga Magic Minute. All kinds of ways to do a spiritual practice, though. It doesn't have to be that. All right, so the Hermit card is saying that you have a lot of guidance, and it seems to me that you've been listening to that guidance, at least on some level, and it's saying that you can access that guidance even more clearly with that if you commit to that spiritual practice. Not only do you have guidance, but you have assistance. Guidance and assistance. That assistance sometimes will come in the form of a person, but remember that the source of that assistance is on the invisible planes. So it's important that you learn how to be guided. Well, it seems to me like you already know how to be guided, but just to learn how to trust that guidance rather than making up your own mind. But I don't know, it just seems like you're already doing some version of that already, and it looks really good. Let's see what's under the surface a little bit. We've got a Page of Wands, we've got a King of Cups, and we've got an Ace of Coins. It's just not a bad day to be a Gemini, a bad couple weeks to be a Gemini. It's a really nice reading. there's through this, it's funny because it's through the spiritual practice that you're going to get either an inspiration or a connection, or somehow something's going to happen where you're going to really open up some financial doorways for yourself. And I think a lot of this has to do with creative work or maybe business. The wands represent work in the world, important work. So very frequently it's either your job, just how you make a living, but it can also be your own business. It can be your own creative work. If you're an artist or a writer or something like that, it can be any work that's meaningful to you. It just seems like there's a new opportunity opening up for financial income, and it's coming through that spiritual practice. It's coming through that spiritual guidance and that spiritual assistance. And it's saying that you are really becoming spiritually adept. Look at this King of Cups. You are really becoming good at whatever that is for you. I mean, everybody's so different. So whatever your thing is, whatever your spiritual reality is, whatever your spiritual identity is, you are embracing it, it's saying. And if you're not, boy, now is the time to do it, because it's through that, it's through those spiritual and psychic understandings that things are opening up for you, and you're going to get inspired. Maybe some of you are just going to get really inspired as to how to really have that opening for that financial abundance. For others of you, it might just open up for you, without you needing so much inspiration. It might just happen. But that that Ace of Coins is no joke. It's not anything to snip at. That is major financial opening and a beginning of a trend. So it's not just a 2-week thing. So, you'll make some money in 2 weeks. This 2 weeks is representative of the beginning of a financial trend for you. And how well that goes is completely up to you. This is not the sort of, destiny, where you're getting a reading and I'm predicting all of these things coming to you. I don't read like that. I'm saying that right now it looks like there's a possibility for a really big financial opening for you if you take the right actions, if you are on the beam of that. And the way to get it on that beam of that is to not so much, think about the money and think about all of that, but it's to be spiritually connected, is to be really committed to that spiritual practice, to be committed to who you are spiritually, and to listen to that inner guidance, to listen to that and to receive the help that inner guidance brings you. Now, this here is saying that it started, whatever this guidance is, it seems like it started off real small and it's starting to pick up steam. Whatever this, maybe, I don't know, some of you are doing creative work. It could be jobs. I mean, it's going to be so different for everybody, but it's saying that it started off kind of small and it's really picking up steam, but you haven't really started to see yet the financial results of all of that steam that's being picked up. And that's really going to be where the rubber meets the road for you. And you're going to, have, that phrase, show me the money. It's just like, okay, all this is great, but show me the money. You'll show yourself the money in no time at all if you really commit. If you really commit and stay committed. It seems like you are committed to me. It's such a beautiful reading. Before I forget, I do have a meditation for this Hermit card that would be really good for you if you have time over the next couple weeks to listen to. And it's called Working with Your Inner Guide. It's almost like you've got, I don't know about almost like, it's exactly like, you've got this wise advisor that can tell you everything that you need to do at every moment so that you can move into this prosperity, move into this success. But it's up to you to really commit to that. And it's hard for you to hear the voice and follow that voice unless you are really committed to a spiritual practice and make your spiritual practice your priority and let all this other stuff come out of that. And it looks like that's what many of you are doing. But if you're not doing that yet, you may want to try it. You may want to consider doing that, just because then this voice is going to be so much clearer. is going to be so much more exacting. And it's not just going to be a little bit of an intuition here and a little bit of an intuition there, but more about, you go call this person today, and then I'll tell you, the next step after you do that, and then you call that person, and then you come back to your meditation and you say, now I need you to, and you'll get actual guidance, you'll get actual direction. And it can be very, very, very specific and very accurate. All right, so this Knight of Wands came up in the general reading. I love the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is assistance in work, assistance in creativity, assistance in jobs, assistance in whatever your work is. And the assistance sometimes, very frequently, comes in the form of people. So you may have somebody that's an expert in something that says, have you ever thought of this or have thought of that? And you implement that, and then all of a sudden you start making the money. It can be stuff like that. But remember, if it is a person, remember that the source isn't the person. The source of the assistance is coming through that person, but it's coming from spirit. It's coming from this inner guidance. So this inner guidance sometimes will speak to you straight from the invisible plane during a meditation, and other times it'll speak to you through people that it sends your way that are going to help you. Now, sometimes you'll get omens, you'll get signs, you'll get leads. Very frequently it's a bumper sticker or a billboard when I'm driving around. If I'm not looking for it, if I just happen to see it, it'll be the answer to a question. It's like, oh, duh, that's so obvious. Why didn't I think of that? And that's this, all the knights are like that. The knights are helpers, but this knight is specifically helping you in your work, helping you in your creativity, helping you be successful. And that success, I don't want to sound like a broken record, comes straight from a spiritual practice. So this combination here of this Four of Cups and this King of Cups is really important, because the King of Cups he's the king. All the kings are owners. Cups represents your inner world. So this is you owning your inner world, otherwise being a spiritual master. And a lot of times when I say, oh, you're a spiritual master, people think, oh, no, I'm not. I'm so not that. I'm barely good at anything. But recognize and don't compare yourself against other people. Recognize and look and see how far you've come, Gemini. You've come so far. You're doing so well. This King of Cups is no joke. This King of Cups really knows what it's talking about. This King of Cups is a spiritual master. And so now you're not always acting like the King of Cups. I get that. But if you can act like the King of Cups more frequently and really come back to that spiritual practice again and again and again, you will understand that that's the secret to your success. Not necessarily only going out and trying to make the money, going out and trying to make the success in your career or your job, but instead going within, finding that spiritual center, finding that spiritual source, finding that spiritual guidance, relaxing, finding that inner peace. And then all of these things just come out of that. And it's just like magic. And you're going to do great. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. It's my pleasure always. And thank you so much to the amazing moderators, Diane, Deline, and Jennifer. And we'll see you in 2 weeks, Gemini. Blessed be.